Hi everyone, this is Group 6A and we are going to present about the project of industrial engineering with the title of Ajinomoto MSG. So our group is teamed up of 4 group members which are Edmund Ukayong, me KHOR, Mohamad FARABI bin HANAFIAH and also NAZRIN bin IBRAHIM. So this is the contents of our project and today I'm going to present the introduction. For the background of the project, our purpose of this project is to select a product that a reference company is planning to market. So our selected product is monosodium glutamate, which is also called MSG under the brand of Ajinomoto. MSG is a common food additive that is used to enhance the savory and the umami flavor of food. So what is umami? Umami is the feed basic taste along with sour, sweet, bitter, and salty. MSG is very popular in Asian cooking and used in various processed food in the West. The most popular vendor for MSG is Ajinomoto, which is from Japan. So, after extensive research into the seasoning market and this product, we are pleased to present our findings in this report. This product has shown itself to be the most popular food flavor in the seasoning market. So, for actually, the seasoning industry is one of the most common and necessary industry that can drive the world economy, while MSG is the most widely used flavor enhancer in processed food. For the objective, in our project, our main objective is to analyze the capacity quantity, the activity required to beginning with a product, and also the economic feasibility of the project. So in shortly, we need to apply the technical and knowledge learned from industrial engineering subjects like break-even analysis, project management, and also engineering economy to do our analysis.
Hello, my name is Edmund Ukayong and I'll be presenting on project management. In project management, we'll be focusing on analyzing the manufacturing process of MSG product from Ajinomoto. There are 3 analyzing methods that we'll be using, which is the activity on node, in short AON, Gantt chart, and probability of project completion. From this table, you can see the manufacturing process of the MSG, which is transportation, pressing of material, production of cane molasses, fermentation, purification, filtration, boiling, drying, quality check, and packaging. This column you can see the immediate predecessor, and from this column you can see the duration for each of the process, with fermentation being the longest and quality check being the lowest. This is the activity on node. On the activity on node, you can see that every step of the manufacturing process is critical with no slack. And we can also see that the total manufacturing time is 71.5 hours. This also shows that the manufacturing process of MSG is like a production line that is continuous. This is the Gantt chart. As you can see, only 2 of the activity can be run simultaneously, which is activity E and F. For the probability of project completion, we can see in the table which is optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic. The expected time is calculated using the formula found in the textbook, and all of this is used to calculate the Z. Using the Z and the maximum time of 80, we have drawn the probability chart. There is 92.92% of probability that production can be done in less than 80 hours. This is the work breakdown structure. As you can see, MSG production is on top, and the 4 main manufacturing process on the bottom, which is level 2, and the level 3 is all the smaller process. The four main process is fermentation, crystallization, purification, and packaging.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NAZRIN IBRAHIM and I will present about the engineering economy for this project. So the first one is the payback period, which is the time taken for the revenues or the savings to recover fully the investment that has been made by that company. And the second one is the break-even analysis, which is a very useful method to determine the point where the total cost will equal to the revenue. So before we start the calculation, we have made some assumption which is shown in this table, which includes the selling cost, the initial investment, annual operating costs, and so on. So this is the formula that we are going to use for to determine the break-even quantity. And by using this equation and the Microsoft Excel, we have come up with this result. So what this result means is for that company to be able to get the payback period of 2 years, for example, they will need to achieve sales of 408,000 units per year. And this is the graph for the break-even chart. So the next part is the cash flow diagram. We use the data assume which is as shown in this table, which includes the investment, the operation costs, and so on. So we made the cash flow diagram from those data. So from this cash flow diagram, we use the equation that we learned from the class, from the lecture, to obtain the final value of the principal value, which is what we obtain is 4,204,414 ringgit Malaysia. So for the last part is the rate of return. Rate of return is basically how much the value has increased over the years. It's basically the percentage increase of the principal value. So before we calculate the rate of return, we need to calculate the future value based on this equation. And from this equation, we obtain the future value of 9,077,016 ringgit. And from this, we calculate the rate of return by using the equation, and we obtain a rate of return of 115.9%. So this means that over 10 years, the value will increase as much as 15.9%.
Next, finding and discussions. For this product report, we have made several analyses to evaluate the processes involved. After listing every process and approximated the lead time, we have tabulated the data. From the approximated lead time for each processes, we have designed an activity on node AON network diagram and acquired the critical path, which is A, B, C, D, E, and F, then GHIJ with total production time of 71.5 hours. Furthermore, then we have approximated the time and tabulated for optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic situation for the processes. From the analysis, we also get expected time that is close to our previous time, which is now 77.99 hours. We also evaluate the probability for production to complete, estimating 80 hours to be max, resulting in 82.82%, which are logical and encouraging for the completion. Next, for cash flow analysis, we have assumed that by research, the value of initial investment is 2 million, maintenance of 50,000, operation and variable expenses of 100,000 and 220,000. This analysis was made by making assumption that the growth is 8% for the next 10 years. The company will not do any expansion and will only run this production for the next 10 years. From the analysis, the company will require the money of 4 million in the beginning of the production. Next, for the rate of return, we have made assumption that the company investment contain interest of 8%. Hence, rate of return analysis is made to analyze the investment of the company. from the interest rate and taking present worth equals to 420 million, the ROR evaluated for the company investment is 115.89%. And then, break-even analysis is conducted by making approximation on the investment expenses. Based on the calculation, we get the company can get their profit by making payback period the first year and sell 808,000 units on the first year. The company can also get lower break-even quantity for payback period on the next consequent years. That's all for finding and discussions.